So, to explain, hey, welcome to live. The guide has decided to leave the house, and being that I'm a low-level character, technically speaking, in the hierarchy of Terraria, I can't exactly go outside to save him. So he's gonna be stuck outside this entire time. Right now we're playing a hardcore world. So... Iron bronze are just 10. I could upgrade my pickaxe to... I can upgrade my sword to iron. Upgrade my pickaxe to tin. We got an iron sword, pickaxe. Hi again, Torin. Welcome to live. Sadly... Hey, Torin. This thing working. Sadly, we lost, Susan. And, I've been doing good. We lost, Susan the previous live. Also, apparently, I just trapped myself in the house. But yeah, we lost, Susan, so we're now playing, Jason. In Jason's Lake World. I did a bit of mining off camera to, at least start him off a little bit further. But still be pretty close to where Susan was when she died. And we also got, like, bad zombies trying to kill us. Yep, rip Susan. For this character, I've decided that I'm going to try and make a melee fighter. So the whole strategy of this character is not going to be arrows or archer, but he's going to be a swordsman. So I'm going to actually be trying to gain a lot more when it comes to my blade. Thanks for like Storin. So I think I might, yeah, I nearly have enough coins to bring in our shopkeep. Which means building the shopkeep a house. Since we're gonna have the shopkeep soon, we can actually start buying, at least some throwables, which will honestly make taking out a couple enemies a little bit easier. The one thing with melee fighter, you always have to also have like a bow on you if enemies ranged, otherwise it will eventually kill you. I have not actually fought the eye yet. What killed Susan was the fact that I decided to fight a lizard. And that lizard was more powerful than I thought. Even with her able to do around 18 damage a hit or more, Susan was not able to get through its defense, only doing like 16 damage and a couple of hits, and it actually had a spit attack. Yeah. So with that being said, since Susan went down and we now have Jason, we're gonna try and get him to the Eye of Cthulhu. We've already actually gotten a lot better start than Susan did. We've got a lot more ore, and we've already got a pickaxe and a sword. I don't have the resources to actually make his axe better, and we are going to actually have to make more, like, we're gonna have to plant a couple more trees. Oh, there's a pinky. This shall actually fully get us the merchant. I also stored in a chest a this thing is really bouncy. A lot more bouncy than I remember. I found one of these before. Oh, it looks like I'm suffering a little bit of unstable network. So it might seem to have some lag. With that, a pinky is dead. And now the merchant shall actually spawn in, giving us access to buy more arrows and more torches to make fire arrows. The game is Terraria. Hey, Primate. I've lately had problems with playing Diablo and TikTok. It seems they both they both interfere with each other, and they end up causing the TikTok to crash a lot. My whole goal is going to be fighting the Eye, at least for the source character. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try and go into corruption area yet, as for now, even though my armor is pretty low in this case, I'm going to actually go into the mines to gather material. We're going to need a lot more armor. The one armor that starts before... Also, welcome to anyone that's now joining live. The one armor that starts actually before Cthulhu, Cthulhu's Eye, is the golden armor. Or platinum, depending on which world we have. Right now I see we have an iron tin world. So the hope is to at least get to that armor. And so I think the first armor we're going to probably end up getting is tin. So the first upgrade is going to be a tin armor. I remember seeing a... Yeah, so, okay, so I gotta go through the desert. Luckily, all the holes that would actually send me to the desert's, like, insect biome are all covered up. So we're actually pretty good on that. So see, they're all covered up, so no bug can spawn to attack me. Which leaves, for the most part, the desert is safe except for the birds. So yeah, once we gain more resources, we can start building the armor that will help us fight Eye of Cthulhu. We're going to need to gain the resources to make a couple of potions, or gain those potions along the way. One of the ingredients we actually do need is iron. A tip for Terraria, at least for me, would be spend a lot of time gathering wood on the first day. A lot of what you do in the first day is gathering wood, but also gather, like, first get the original house built for your character. Then, after getting the house built, I would say one of those shouldn't be on the surface. Getting the first house built and gathering up a bunch of wood before you go mining. At least gather up, I think like 200 wood before the first mining trip. That way you'll actually have, if you run into problems like this where I had to cross a lake because your characters can't swim, you can at least just scale over that. Ooh. I just nearly killed myself. That is not good. Wow, okay, so now this is extremely dangerous now. Due to the fact that, oh crap, I can't go back. The one suckish thing about some of this is, there are areas where you can actually get out and above from below, but not from up top. I think I'm going to spend a little time healing, like right here. Wait for HP to gather, because as soon as I go lower to this, there will be yellow slimes that hit for a high amount of damage, worms that can crawl through the ground. Now the worms are kind of easy because they give a little noise. Whenever you're around them, so you'll be able to hear them. Okay, I'm gonna try and... Good idea. I'm going to put this here, so that should be good. I shouldn't block anything, so, I wanted to check out something from here. So we got 28 rope. I'm gonna try and see how far that goes down. So that's 25 blocks. We've got a couple slimes below us. So when they go to the right, jump, slash. We want to stick away from the jellyfish because as of right now, they're actually a danger. I want to be extremely careful with my jumps and movements. There's some iron down here, which should actually leave us with a pretty good amount of resources. Wow, this is actually, I'm gonna say, first off, this is the first time I've ever gotten 1k likes, and thank you, Torin. And this is the first time I've had 70 people in the live. But yeah, so, it looks like we're gonna find a lot of iron a lot more easily than tin. So we might end up with iron armor pretty early on. One thing I'm going to have to immediately run into a problem with is, without teleporting recall potions or a mirror, we're actually kind of got to be careful how far we go down, because there will be an eventual point where if we go down too far, we'll actually hit a point where my armor isn't exactly that well, and my weapons. So like, yes, still a slime, even though my armor is not well against it, my weapons are. But once we start hitting like the skeletons and stuff like that, that is going to be a problem. It's like around here, I think it is. Yeah, around here is where we hit the worms. And here's where we're going to have a problem. I saw something I thought over here, which might be a chest. Yep. So here's a chest. I saw this in when I did this offline. So we got a chest. Now this right here, once we start gathering sand, we can actually start making ourselves Molotov cocktails. We got 14 tungsten. Okay, good. We got some recall potions, so I'm going to keep that there. We got now health potions, which I'll keep where my thatch was. We got mining potions, which I'll drink. Actually, we got a magic mirror. That's line. We got a magic mirror, which infinite recall potion. Now recall potions have become useless. Mining potion, I'll immediately drink that after this. Do not drink that potion. Okay, we got a mining potion going. We should... Where's my torches? There. Oh, ow, 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 okay, ow, nope, nope, nope. One thing is, we don't want this character to die. People have actually been telling... Oh, good. People have actually been telling me that a lot lately. One thing we, Yep, I'm a terraria player. What's that up there? I think that's... I think that's iron up there, so we'll go get that iron too. And with iron and the other gear we all have, we should be actually having a good time. If I can make iron armor, I can actually start... I'm low on wood. Yeah, I don't see many lives with it either. I think most people exclusively don't, like, do lives of it, but mostly do videos of it. Thank you for the likes. Oh. Somehow I hit my torch. So we got 2 sets of, we've got 2 sets of iron. And what I just heard to the right of me down below was some creature just set off a poison trap. Meaning that there are traps around this area, which leads to every chest is a danger zone now. So any chest we deal with, we're going to actually deal with a danger zone from now on. Oh, actually no, that's not what I heard. What I heard is somehow we actually mined into the jungle. And the jungle is actually extreme danger zone for this early on with this armor. So we're going to actually stay away from the jungle. Even though a high resource area, until we get at least... Yeah, let's hope. Honestly, until we can get iron armor, which I can actually probably do, like, if I just crafted the items here. I could probably come back here later to the jungle, which is apparently very close. So we got clay, the drowning pool, which gives me nothing. Okay. I think my best bet is to, let's see how much iron we have. Me too. I think my best bet is to teleport home and start working on an ore, tin bars. Just put everything back that isn't necessarily going to help me with making weapons and stuff. Also, I know I have a yeah, tongue twister. Life crystal, which now we can move in the nurse, which can heal me while at my base. It's actually going to be very helpful when we fight Cthulhu, because I have to get into a whole setup of making. Yep, shopkeeper moved in a little bit ago, and can't exactly buy. We could buy a sickle. There's nothing necessarily that's useful to us, except for the bug net and getting a fishing rod soon. That would be useful to gain like a bunch of resources early on, but you have to find the boxes for that. Now let's see what kind of armor we can make. We've got 17 tin, 20 tungsten, and iron bars. Yes, he does. Which I'm gonna buy a bunch of those. And now buy a bunch of torches, and with our crafting station, make a bunch of torch arrows. Since tungsten is the upgrade of iron, I'm gonna actually make a tungsten pickaxe and a tungsten. I'm gonna leave the sword with what we have. Oh no, wait, there's the tungsten. Yep. So we're going to have a good time when it comes to shooting stuff down for now. I can actually upgrade my arrows, what they come out of, to an iron bow, but I'm thinking about it. We're gonna make a tin helmet. We don't have enough tin for anything else. We're gonna actually make an iron bow, an iron greaves. This way, giving us a bit more defense. With this bow, we now have an upgrade on our damage. Eventually, I will have to organize the chests. But for the most part, this is what we got for now. I can also be a bit more courageous when it comes to me damaging my jumping around and damage dealing. We need 6 more of those. We need 5 more of those lenses to make a Eye of Cthulhu summoner. Oh, I keep forgetting to make a better axe. I actually gotta go do that. Hold up. Let's see if I still have the resources enough to make an iron axe. At least some axe. I do not. Let's see if he is selling any axes, because sometimes you'll actually sell a better axe. Nope, he's just selling copper. To get life crystals, you have to find them in the mine. There's also a location in the snow biome. I gotta pause for a bit. Sorry about that. So there's a location in the snow biome which has a chest. It's called The chest is called a heart chest. The chest itself is an ice chest, but it's full of all items that have to do with hearts. So it will have a heart statue, I think a couple health potions, a heart item to hang that will increase your healing, and it will have two heart crystals around it. Now, the best way to find heart crystals is actually to go on the ground and find them, but that's actually one of the easier ways to, if you can find one of those locations. I think there's at least one in every world, just as there's like 3 islands in every world. And tomorrow, uh, terraria wise, we can actually move in the nurse. Now, there's going to be an eventual point where the NPCs kind of get mad living next to other NPCs. And eventually I'll have to figure that out and figure out who is a lot better around who. But for now, we'll be spending our night just killing any zombie that gets very close. We'll set up the next house. But yeah, if I think about it, the technically the easiest boss to get to, at least to kill, is the Eye of Cthulhu, and then next after that is, well, I meant to, whoops, what did I do? I think it just crafted something I didn't want to craft, and I don't know what I just crafted. Yeah, no clue. Um, but yeah, Eye of Cthulhu is definitely our first priority when it comes to killing bosses. Bow, torches, pickaxe, axe. I feel like something's missing from my inventory, but I can't figure it out. It looks like it's hit daytime, but it's still raining. Now, since that goes towards the jungle, I'm gonna actually spend my time heading this way to see what's around here. We've only had like about this far, which leads to a tree. We're actually gonna see what's further than this. So here we've got actually 2 areas of inventory. Um, there's actually going to be enemies in this tree. One of them is going to be a special enemy, which is called a gnome. Let's see, some coins, arrows, iron bars. We could probably make an iron axe. With grenades, we can move in the demolitionist. And we now have 1% more damage. We've got 2 more recall potions. We can carefully head down here, and we found ourselves the ability to make living wood items. Some more silver coins. Oh, we got ourselves a little birdie. Now we've got a bird friend to attack for us. At least from my playthroughs, these have been pretty rare. Oh, that's what we were missing. The wooden platforms. And the nurse has arrived, so next will be the demolitionist. He'll make it easier for me to take out the worm early game, as I can blow out the corruption to gain access. Okay, here's some more iron. To gain access to some of the things needed to summon him. There's also another way to summon him, but that will take a lot longer time, which is gathering the resources of, I think 15 rotten chunks and 15 vile mushrooms. It takes a lot longer because vile mushrooms don't exactly grow that much. Corruption can spread, and to destroy it, there are, at least from my remember, two ways: the late game version and the early game version. So, early game version, you have to defeat one of the first bosses and move in a dryad who sell you purification um, items. The purification powder will allow you to actually get rid of the corruption, and she tells you how much corruption is still in the world as you play the game, and the corruption slowly spreads, and I think can eventually spread to your area. Her counterpart in the late game is a steampunk type character. She sells you a thing called like the chronomancy thing or something like that. This certain weapon, which costs like a platinum, and you have to buy the green ooze bullets, which cost a lot of money, and then it shoots a like flame blast of purification. It turns doesn't not purification for per se, but it turns anything to whatever you shoot at. So like if you're in corruption and you bought the, let's say, uh a late game, if you shoot a hollow ability at it, it will actually turn into the, sorry, not hollow, hallow. And same if you start blasting corruption into the area. Now, a way to gain to actually easier get to the worm is if we get a blood moon. I can buy the powder from the dryad during a blood moon. And with the dryad's help, now the thing is, a good strategy around the base, at least when you first start fighting a boss, is to actually start setting up healing waves. So like my whole thing is I'm going to try and find statue areas, because a major item I'm going to need to fight off Cthulhu is uh actually technically I can't use a statue yet. So the nurse is going to be our strategy, but later on, oh, the powder. Yeah, there's two types of powder in the game when it comes to early game. There is the corruption powder, I forget what it's called, and then there's the purifying powder. Both sold by the Dryad. One is only sold during a dark moon, no, sorry, blood moon, and the second one, the purification powder, is always sold by the Dryad. But to get to the Dryad, you actually I'm gonna. Wow. To do the purification powder, she sells it all the time. I came like very close to death there. If I had actually gotten hit by that boulder, this would have been the end of Jason. That's why I say these areas are kind of highly dangerous. Once you get a mechanic, there's a certain item which can, from her, which can show you where wires are, and that shall help you actually easier later game getting there's a worm that crawls through the earth coming for me. I can hear him to my right. Here he comes. Okay, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Okay. He's gonna cause knockback. He's coming from the right again. And 3, 2, 1. But yeah, so this right now is just going to be a mining trip to gain resources. And like I said, I'm not going to be fighting Cthulhu least. Hopefully, it's not going to summon itself till I can gain enough resources. I really want to get potions for the fight. Okay, this one's interesting. So here's a special tree. I think you can mine this with your pickaxe. This is the sapphire version of it. No, you can. You have to mine it with your axe. And it gives you sapphire. I think you can only plant these like in the underground areas of the game. I don't actually know much about these trees. We got ore up there. That we can use. The reason I don't go after Eye of Cthulhu this early on, actually, there is a good strategy. So there's an armor above. Okay, I have an idea. So there's an armor above gold early game and is accessible by way of meteorite. Now, since we have the ability to technically bring in the demolitionist, if I do my plan correctly, we can at least attack one of the orbs in the corruption, and we don't have to attack all three and summon the Eater of Worlds, but we can then gain the meteorite armor. And with the meteorite armor, we can actually gain a certain weapon which I think does 19 or so damage, and early game would actually be very good for us, especially in terms of armor. So with this, I would have to look at my resources. I can make some better iron. I can make more iron armor if I'm correct on my resources. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. So yeah, if I'm correct, if I'm correct on my resources, we can actually go gather the demolitionist right now and start building his home. We're cutting this kind of close. This might actually end up... Okay, I'm gonna only build one door for his area. That way we can quickly get him actually moved in. Because we want him to move in pretty quickly. Because of the strategy, this will actually be very helpful. Torches. I could actually do that. I've done that in the previous one. I gotta start organizing these chests in a bit. I've done that in a previous run where I built a little castle. Let's sort, not restock, sort. Oh, I need the grenades. So that guy should move in soon. Looking for all my resources. I'm definitely gonna need to build a better axe. We're going to... Actually, we can't do anything with copper right now. We're going to sort. Okay, there's nothing I can do with all those resources. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got. We've got tungsten broadsword, which does 12 damage. We don't have enough tungsten to actually make armor, but we can make an axe. We can either make an axe or a bow, and I'm gonna be honest here, an axe would be very helpful. We can now build myself a iron chestplate or helmet, depending on how much we have. Only have enough for one of them. So we're getting closer to having full iron armor. Eventually I'm going to have to start organizing all this. I think we had more copper with tin, I think. If we had more tin with amethyst, we could build ourselves our first... Hold up. I'm going to go ask this guy. Oops. Oh, here we go. It's weird. He's supposed to... Oh, there we go. Hold up. I'm trying to figure out how to use him. Oh, so they changed how it works. Okay, so we can make sticky bombs. I already know that, but it's more of... Okay, so with tin, we need topaz. What about amethyst? So amethyst equivalent to technically tin is copper. So since this is a tin world with no copper, we can't do anything magical to at least make it easier on us. And technically speaking, tin is the copper of this world. Um, I have no room in here. Just deposit this here. What I'm surprised at is actually that no mobs are spawning for some reason. It's the middle of the night, but at this point, there should be at least a zombie. Yeah, I see owls, so it's definitely the middle of the night. This is kind of interesting. I've never seen where this is actually might be a weird glitch. I've never seen a time where whoops, where zombies don't actually spawn off screen during a night. Oh, there we go. I heard him. That was weird. They weren't spawning for a bit. And there's that gnome thing I was talking about. I don't like the looks of this chest. I'm gonna go down here for a bit. I think we're gonna just make sure before we touch the Okay, I think we're safe. This might be a good chest. Mm. Okay, didn't blow me up. So we can now immediately turn our mace that we found into a flaming mace. And do not only 18 damage, but whenever it hits an enemy, it'll actually cause them to go on fire and they shall slowly lose HP. Right now I have enough armor to do what I'm thinking of doing, which is going to um going into the corruption area. I do got to be careful, even though I know I have the strength to do it. Shine potions. Oh, we actually found our first magic item. So that is a actually good magic item for early on game. I do kind of want this character to be less of a magic user and more of a fighter. So we're not really going to use the magic item. We're going to go see if the corruption is on this side of the world. We're also going to grab these. What I'm happy about the update is this mace used to never do damage unless you okay. So the reason we're going to okay, so we know the corruption's over here. So we should probably wait till morning on this one, which should be happening soon. I gotta stop putting that away. Morning should be happening soon. We're going to move in our guy. I don't think I found any statues or paintings, so no painters or anything should move in. I think we're going to actually end the live soon. And give my voice a bit of a rest, kind of thing. So, yeah, sorry about that. So once we're gonna do that once this guy moves in. So once the demolitionist moves in, the next live will be us going to the corruption. We'll still have to be extremely careful with what we do. Also might do some organizing off camera. Takes them a bit to move in. And the demolitionist has moved in. So next live we shall be heading to the corruption. I'm going to end the live for now. First we need to exit the world so the game actually saves. And I shall be ending live. Bye everyone.